July vlog for October 28th, 2021. I'm heading over to my mama's house right now. Play with the cat. But do the video first. I think I forgot to do my video yesterday. Well, I didn't forget, I was working, and then I think like 5 in the morning came around, I got tired and I just went to sleep. Just too lazy. So yesterday was the first day where I did building of roads and rivers entirely. I think maybe I started the night before that. Since the last time I did a video, I finished building the year and population of Rome all the way to 1000 AD. I eventually want to Google Earth that because it goes down to 19,100 and 1000 AD, which is way smaller than when it was at its peak. So it'd be interesting to look at it as a ghost town, get all the ruins accurately and stuff. Then I named all of the tracks, and I didn't number them yet because I'll do that after. Maybe there's more, but I do want to number them. On the Latinium area, from like the part that's as big as Boulder County. There is a part of it that goes down south, which makes it bigger, but I think on Wikipedia it said, I read this a long time ago, like that's not the Latinium that Rome was involved with, like the 30 city-states. But then I named all the fields, like soccer fields. I didn't trace tennis courts. I don't think I will. Soccer fields inside of the track, and the track, that's about, I think, a hectare. But when I checked it, it was the same size as the average city in the Bronze Age. So that's super interesting. I can incorporate those in the towns. But then, yeah, I think I finished, maybe not, putting the trees on top of the Escaline Hill, the big hill, Aventine Hill. But then I started tracing rivers and roads. That's the one thing that I have to do in order to make it presentable. Ancient Rome. If you're covering the entire area with like big blocks, I think it was 2.77 square kilometers. Screen captures from the hill, the Alban Hill. And it's got some features on it that show like ravines or whatever, but if I put it all together, it looked pretty good. But if I cover the entire area with that, all I have to have the natural come through, and I had to because it was all, buildings, is the undulation of the earth. So it kind of takes you out of it. But if you add, cover the whole thing with features, then it brings it to life, makes it look realistic. So I'm glad that there's so many rivers, because I can just cover the whole thing with rivers, and there's not much distance. Even if you zoom in really close, you'll always see something there, like a racetrack or a village or a soccer field or a river or a road. So, and I already polyglonned a lot of the other rivers towards the mountains that come down, and there's all these parallels and these big gorges towards the north into the Tiber. But yeah, so I got a good start. So yesterday I started, I had previously traced, like a couple days ago, all the bike paths, because on Google Earth you can type to colon something like Rome from colon, Ostia Antica, ancient Ostia, the port city, and then it shows you. But then you click on the icon for bike, and it shows you the best way on a bike on the little road. So I traced that, and then I went and just finished now the first seven, actually 8 roads from Rome going out like spokes to the different cities around. And I just did it on the polygon tool. So I went up on a road and then came back, traced it to the exact width, and that's important. I don't have it exact. An ancient Rome road was 7 meters wide, which is like less than a two-way highway. It's like a narrowest two-way highway. But I'm tracing it like maybe as wide as the road or a little bit wider than the road. So it's not exact, because if I did that, it would take too long. I'd have to zoom in too much, and it'd just take me forever. And there's not that much of a difference between what I'm tracing, like maybe 10 meters, 15 meters wide at the most. Not that much different. But if you, I do it a lot faster on the way down. I just go up and just go, zhoo. And then on the way up, I kind of keep it close to the other one. Even if it jerks around, it's not that big of a deal. It makes it look maybe more natural anyway. Just has to be in the general vicinity, because you can't see the road anyway. But if I did it too close, it could produce too many dots, which overloads the memory for the computer for the polygon tool. When I was working on Atlantis on this mountain bike trail around the forest, I remember it got maxed out at 37 kilometers. So, yeah, it's good too. And these are kind of close to that. So yeah, that's why I don't do it too much detail. But I think it looks good. But it's important to have them on the polygon tool, because you can zoom in on Google Earth really fast and like really close. It's high performance. It's like I feel like an alien in a UFO who can just zoom onto Earth and look at whatever they want as fast as they want. So when you zoom in really fast to a river, and it looks like just like a line, it doesn't give you this like point of reference of how far away from the Earth you are. And you want that. You want to zoom in and see that there's actually width to the river to feel like you're above the Earth. So it increases it like 10 times. Makes it, it's not doable without it. You need it. So, between, I think I'm done with all of the roads that I made, because the rivers I trace on the rivers. Like, maybe a lot of them are just like gullies now, or like little ravines, but you can see there used to be a lot of rivers. So I'm just going to trace all the rivers that I see, and I think I did most of them. And I already started on the polygon tool on like 3 or 4 rivers. I went up, and then I just stopped it there, and I'd go and do the other side later. So, this kind of reminds me of the project I did last summer, where I made all of the roads on Boulder County. I think it's available for download on my website. Like, maybe by the end of the month. Yeah, I kind of feel like I should go another month. But by the end of the month, next month, or maybe the year, I don't know, I'll make sure that everything I have on Google Earth is available for download on my website. But last summer I was tracing all the roads and trails, and I think I decided to do it everything within the 180, the circles, 180 kilometer diameter is like the size of the Roman Republic. But so everything from the northern end of Fort Collins to the southern tip of Denver, and then equally east and west. I traced over, because I also, on that area, I plugged everything that wasn't natural, so it looks natural, so that I can build ancient Rome on top of it. But it was a lot more detailed than what I'm doing with Rome. With Rome, it was just like one mainly background from the hills of Alba, and then another one from a hillside, and then, but in Boulder it was like 20 or 25 or something that I had. But anyway, then right after that I made the polygon of all the trails and roads, and so it's kind of like that, only it's, so I'm giving because this is such a big project that I've been thinking about so long, and it's important and part of something that I've been, like the Google Earthing of Rome in 211 is super time consuming. So I'm prepared mentally to spend a lot of time on it. So I'm like, yeah, I'm not surprised if it takes a few days to just build roads and rivers. So yesterday was my first full day. So today, yeah, just go a whole like over the weekend and the next week without thinking. Just building. And then after I do that, I can go in and build. Well, as far as the roads go, I already built all the roads, the 7 roads out of Rome, but I want to build roads between all of the 30 Roman city-states in Latium as well. So, yeah, so I just have to look at them, make sure that I can see them all, and they're all there, and then see which ones don't have roads between them, which at this point is all of them, because it's just Rome that goes out. And then get on Google Earth and do to and froms for bicycle, and then do the trail, do the line tool. I do the line tool first so that I can then, so it tells me how far it is. And then I can build like that graph, like get info, and builds you your graph of it. But also, you can make the video from it. You can set it a certain height above the ground, and then even set the speed and do a screen capture of the video around over it. If you want that to work, it's good to do the line from up above though, not get too detailed with it. So it's just to show where to follow. Yeah. And then, but I actually trace the Google Earth. They do a blue line that goes right over the road. Yeah, that's how I trace the line. But then I go over in the polygon tool and trace the whole thing, both sides to its accurate width. So that'll take a little bit of time too. So between that and all the rivers, maybe like another week. But then I'll be ready to do I'll be motivated. Because one thing that, accomplishing that kind of stuff in a reasonable period of time, it kind of makes me empowered. So then I get more motivated to do, interesting stuff. So the thing that I'm going to want to do after that is going back to the book with all the different villages and the different time periods, and try to crack that code. Draw all the different sides of villages from all the different time periods, and then including deleting the ones and bringing new ones, and then see if I can follow the pattern that they show, like where you bring them a little bit farther away as you go later in time, but mainly just illustrate villages disappearing and then being replaced by bigger towns in the plains. So, and then once I do that, once I can actually definitively put down all of the villages, And I even have a number. It's awesome. I do it in that area that they studied, which is just northwest east of Rome in the Fidni area, just northeast of Fidni. I think what I'm going to do is duplicate that on Agra Romanus, which is the 12-kilometer diameter area around Rome, which is the original kingdom that they built a actual like periphery around with temples and like checkpoints and roads, and the mile of I think 5.5 miles out. So yeah, hopefully I think that's a reasonable area that I could do because there's a lot of villages. And then once I build all of the villages for all the time periods for the Fidena area, the Latium Vitus, where they studied, and Rome, I can then build in all the roads. And I think that I'm only going to do the polygon, though, for the roads. Well, I was thinking between the big towns, because all the little ones would take too long, but maybe not. Maybe I'll do the polygon for those too. And that way, when you zoom in, you'll always like see what's going on. And it's like, yeah. If I'm accurate, it'll be like, I think, super surprising how many villages there were, like how populated they got it in the Bronze Age. And then make it earlier than that too, but all the way into the Stone Age. But so that's what I'm up to. I think today, all of today and all of tomorrow and all the next day, it's just going to be building rivers and roads. So I'm listening to, I finished Seth Speaks, and then I finished, oh man, I'm high. This book about the economy. I can't remember. And right now I'm reading Collusion by Nomi Prinz. So I have like a couple hours left on that. On Audible, but then I'll be like, I think there's some other brain book they said I had like 12 hours left on. So I'll listen to that, and if I hadn't, I'll listen to it. But once I get caught up on Audible, I can start listening to all the ancient books on my website again. I want to start reading the Roman writers again now that I'm building Rome. So kind of see if I can wrap my head around Google Earthing everything that happened in Rome, like all the battles and stuff. So I'm going to head over and to my mom's house. Talk to you tomorrow.